Hey YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives and Lights with Thrunite TH20 headlamps. Yes, I was waving to you and I was yelling YouTube forever. Alright, so I was out in the wilderness just waiting for the sun to go down so I could demonstrate these headlights for you with a little night hike. And there you see the skyline. Yes, so I did quickly lose the light, as was part of the plan. So in this video, you're going to see these demonstrated in a cool night hike. What is this? Is it a comet? It is actually the moon. Yeah, my camera has pretty good zoom. So as you can see, the night came quickly, which was good. You can see where I am. You know, this was as the sun was going down. Oh, by the way, this is a light review, but I'm also trying to encourage people to, get out and get some exercise, get out in nature. All right, so you see there's actually a swamp right there. The mosquitoes were quite a pain, to be honest with you. So before we go hiking, how does this work? Well, you press that switch to turn it on, right, and you can press it again to turn it off. When the light is on, if you hold the switch down, it will increase in brightness until it blinks, right? Now you can decrease the brightness in the same way. You can hold it down, and when it gets to the lowest, it will blink. If you double tap, it will go to a turbo mode, which is 520 lumens. And if you double tap again, it will go to an SOS mode in case you get lost in the woods. If you long press, it'll start in the lowest mode, and if you press it again, it'll go to whatever brightness level it memorized from the last time. Okay, YouTube, are you ready to go on a night hike with me? It's quite spooky there in the woods. All right, I have two headlamps. I have one on my head and I had one on my wrist, but I'm only using one in this footage. Okay, later you'll see how bright it is when I use both. But yeah, just wandering around the woods. So I sped up the footage to 4 times. Okay, and I was out there for even longer. I think I was out there for about, it was a short, like 40-minute hike. But it's good exercise. And part of why I'm showing this is because, man, we got to get out and live. You know what I'm saying? We can't spend all of our time just on the computer. I want to emphasize that. Okay, here you see it's brighter because I'm using both. I'm using the one on my head and the one on my wrist. These are very bright. I mean, 520 is bright, right? And you saw I turned them off a little bit so you could see how dark it was, that it really was nighttime. Okay, but yeah, I mean, these are very bright for headlamp style lights, and they lasted a long time. I mean, I was out there at least 40 minutes, maybe longer, and they didn't decrease in brightness at all. And even before that, I had been playing with them and testing them and shooting footage with them, so I had been using them for definitely over an hour, and they still remained as bright as when they started. Okay, the journey's end. Yes, we are back. I hope you enjoyed that. Right, so yeah, these were extremely bright. They served me well. Let's get into the battery. To install the battery, you just unscrew that cap right there. I would recommend an Olight 14500. I'll include an Amazon link where to get them. Okay, and you can also use a AA battery. It won't be as bright, but in a pinch, you can use a regular AA battery, so that's just great. Right, it comes with this head strap. It's adjustable, right? And it has those rubber rings which will grip the light, right? And that's how that works. Pretty simple. Simple but effective. Now you see the beam profiles there of how wide, right? How wide the cross section of that beam is, because it's meant as a short range light, like a floodlight. Now the reason I have two is because they come in neutral white and cool white. And there is a split screen comparison shot for you. On the left you see the neutral white, and on the right the cool white. So it might be hard to tell, but if you look very closely you can see the cool white is just that much more white, and the neutral is just a slightly warmer color. Final thoughts on these Thrunite lights. Well, 520 lumens is very bright. The ability to use a AA battery in a pinch is very useful. They're comfortable, and these are only about $30 on Amazon. I'll include a link. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend these if you need a headlamp style light. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Lights.